Hello, I'm AppyX Toycat, and welcome back to another Minecraft news video. So, have you ever questioned why until 1.16 this mob was called the Zombie Pigman, despite the lack of an overworld corresponding non-zombified pigman? Well, this implies this question is that there actually is a pigman in the game files of Minecraft. It looks like this, and yes, this very much was going to be a real mob. It was going to populate villages and be the main NPC mob in Minecraft, and although I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking Minecraft would have been a hugely different game if they had gone ahead with that plan, the question as to what was the pigman really going to be like is something we haven't seen an update regarding, but that changed today. But as well as that, we have some news regarding the Nether Fortress revamp. A lot of people have been talking about this, hyping this up, but we had a official confirmation regarding whether they'll update the Nether Fortress in Minecraft. But most importantly, I wanted to talk about a beta which came out this week, because everyone's talking about RTX. Admittedly, most people were paid by Nvidia to talk about RTX, so it makes sense. But the other thing that came out in a beta this week is the emote system for Minecraft, where you'll be able to emote and wave, etc. within Minecraft. It's a very weird and, let's be honest, surreal thing to see, but it will change Minecraft, and I wanted to talk about exactly how in today's video, which will start by talking about the Nether Fortress thing. Rather than teasing you forever, we'll just say that, hey, the Nether update has been in development for quite some time. I'm sure you're familiar. There's lots of features coming in there, and lots of revamps to the entire system of the Nether, as far as pretty much everything is concerned, with one notable exception so far being the Nether Fortress, which has remained exactly the same, besides the fact that it goes through new biomes now. And given that you need to go through a Nether Fortress to beat Minecraft, it's therefore the most essential part of the Nether, and you might therefore assume they're going to update it because it's kind of an ugly structure. But today we sadly got confirmation from Lady Agnes saying we will not redesign the fortress in this update. I don't want to say we will never do it. I think it could be a really cool thing to do, but it is unlikely to happen anytime soon. Thank you for the great question, and I hope you're enjoying the Nether update. And first of all, just to clarify, the Nether update isn't out for at least another month or so yet. Second of all, I want to mention that this is kind of a shame, but it does also just clarify that it's not on their plan right now. I mean, they didn't plan to add another biome to the Nether, but clearly they did in the end. There's a lot of features that were confirmed at one point as not being planned right now, but eventually did come to Minecraft, because yeah, there's a lot of developers, they all have different ideas each week, and sometimes those ideas pan out and turn into real Minecraft features. So that's the important thing there. And now we can move on to the second piece of news, because it's another Minecraft developer tweeting. In this case though, it was in response to an 8-year-old tweet that someone had dug up and said, hey, at Dinnerbone, do you have any memory as to what the heck this was? So mysterious, because Dinnerbone is one of the longest Minecraft developers, one of the most active on Twitters, and he actually said 8 years ago, coding some new mob stuffs, this is hilarious, he has no clothes. And I am so curious about what that means as well. Fortunately for me though, Dinnerbone actually did decide to respond to this, very luckily, and he said it was going to be a type of pigman that you could convince to fight for you like a bodyguard. So this is really interesting because it not only confirms that yeah, 8 years ago Dinnerbone was working on the pigman mob, but also it confirms that there were going to be multiple types of pigmen. There were going to be, maybe the trading ones in the villages, there were going to be fighting ones, rather than having like right now where there's the villagers and the iron golem, maybe there could just be the hitmen type that defend in the village. Wouldn't that be interesting? Or maybe it would just be more horrifying. I'm not too sure. But we also got a follow-up tweet from Dinnerbone where he said, the reason it had no clothes was that I wanted the player to be responsible for what it wore and what weapons it used, but that logically meant naked mob by default. And this confirms right here that the pigman we've seen in the game files since around that time must have come from this Dinnerbone playing around with the pigman model and deciding to make it naked because you could add your own armor to it, etc. So yeah, the reason the pigman inside the game code is just this naked pig that stands upright, the reason it doesn't wear clothes like a villager is because this was going to be the bodyguard type, which again, I'm just so interested in the plans behind the pigman, and to finally hear a little bit more about it after all these years. Personally, as someone who loves to follow the lore, the Minecraft history, etc., I find this to be super interesting. Maybe you do too, but just in case you don't, there is a little fun fact that, the original poster responded, lol, that sounds really fun, would love to see a piglin like this one day maybe, thanks again. And then he responded, it did lead to mobs picking up and wearing armor/weapons, so its legacy lives on in every zombie who beats you with your own sword. So yeah, the reason that certain mobs can pick up weapons and armor, which if you don't know is based on local difficulty and your overall difficulty, gives the mob a % chance of being able to pick up your own stuff. The reason that happened was just because of this pigman guy, and also think about it this way, the piglins in the Nether in Minecraft, they are pretty close to directly inspired by this as well. If you think about them, they wear armor like the pigman should have, they've got the weapons to defend themselves, and also they will trade with you. So the piglins coming to the Nether is kind of one of these super old features coming back to Minecraft from a long time ago, like the crossbow, like crying obsidian, and indeed like the piglin its very self. And I love that personally. Maybe you do too, maybe you don't, but one of the things that I'm not sure if you're gonna love or not is this last feature, because hey, Minecraft Bedrock had a beta come out this week. Most of the features inside there were Nether update features, so you probably focused on that. Most YouTubers who don't play Bedrock obviously honestly picked up the RTX beta because of the Nvidia sponsorships which have been going around this week. There's a lot of those, it seems. And as a result of that, one of the interesting things is that a lot of people didn't pay attention to the smaller features in the 1.16 beta, and there's a fair few of them. Like here in the server menu, they clearly intend to split it into featured servers and additional servers. There's going to be a whole separate sub-menu here. But also, if we go to our profile, like previously has already changed, the edit character menu doesn't just have capes now. It doesn't just have, different abilities to change the body style, etc. Also, what you'll find in this update is this new 6-slot emote system. So right now, all of the slots can only be filled with the same wave thing, as you can see. It looks like this, and you can do on any Minecraft skin, unlike certain Minecraft changes right now. And basically, it's going to be the ability to get different emotes, only one of which comes by default. Again, later they might add more, maybe, in fact, definitely there's going to be a price thing, but we'll get that later. And in this sub-menu, you can change, so you can include, say, the wave into your Minecraft character. So right now, there is only one emote available. When the full thing comes out, that might or will change, I should say. But yeah, right now, there is an emote system, and if you just look on the menu, it looks like there's just a way to see what your character looks like when you're emoting. But as we know from last Minecon Earth Live thing, the live show, they intend to add it to the main game. And that's why if you look in the settings, there is a brand new emote button. It's bound to be by default, but you can put on literally anything you want. Do you want it on N? Do you want it on J? Doesn't want me to put it on J, but you want it on anything you want. You can now rebind this button if you want to, which means when we go to the game, okay, we accidentally loaded up in the communist text pack again. This is not going to be useful to prove my point because you're just going to be focused on the Joseph Stalin rising in the background. So let's fix this. Okay, so this is a average survival Minecraft world. Now, when we press B, as you can see, it brings up the emote menu. It's a little hexagonal pattern because you can have 6 emotes. And now when you hover over this thing and you press it, you will wave inside of Minecraft. This is a super big change to Minecraft, not least because until this point, like the way you communicate in Minecraft is you use various hand signals. We've all seen the opportunities available. I mean, there's this for go over there. There's this for we're going to be friendly. You can crouch and you can do this at the same time if you want to. But long story short, like actually being able to talk in Minecraft has been mostly limited to text if you're playing on a device that allows you to text easily, or you can crouch and you can punch. But now there is going to be the emote menu as well. So in theory, I don't hate this. Again, it feels super weird to look at it in third person. Like, I don't know, there's just something off about this, but that's most Minecraft features when they're first introduced. Like, everything feels like a mod. But yeah, the interesting thing about this one is the fact that obviously it's on Minecraft Bedrock only. This feature will not be coming to Java, as best we know. It's like RTX. It's only planned for Bedrock right now because of the very different way those two games are designed. And logically speaking, because of the place they put it, I mean, it's in the profile menu where right now you can buy some things for your character, like down here. Do you want to buy a leotard for your character? That will only cost you 79 pence. Do you want to buy a vintage blouse, or basically you can buy things, and some things cost more than others, by the way, but my point is you can buy things for your skin. That is how the system works, and it's clear that these emotes, maybe you even get 6 for free, or can you unlock some through gameplay, but I imagine the vast majority of emotes beyond wave, which you can already kind of do just by punching, right? I imagine the vast majority of emotes are going to be paid. This is going to be a revenue source for Minecraft Bedrock. Is this a new cape, by the way? Where did this come from? I mean, it doesn't seem to be anything. Huh, neither of the capes work. But yeah, the point is these emotes are clearly going to be a revenue-raising opportunity. It's going to be an opportunity for Minecraft to sell you some new emotes that you can play with your friends, because every free-to-play game does this at some point. It's a purely cosmetic way to make some money, so sure, on some level it does sound kind of good, like, well, I mean, it's better than selling gameplay enhancements, but Minecraft doesn't have the opportunity to sell gameplay enhancements. This is basically, you know, like trying to work out the best way to sell things to the game and then doing it that way. And admittedly, some number of the super young players who play Minecraft are going to like the fact that, yeah, actually, you know, maybe it's worth $3-4 of my pocket money so that I can wave at my friends in Minecraft. Or, let's be honest, there's going to be a dab in Minecraft. You know, it's worth paying some number of dollars so you can dab in Minecraft, you might say, and you might be right, honestly, as far as yourself is concerned. But I don't like the idea that it's another form of microtransaction that Minecraft can push. Like, if I was in charge of Minecraft, then the emotes would clearly be earned through some gameplay progression. Again, the achievements in Minecraft right now, you know, they're underutilized. You could totally use them to unlock new things for your character, capes, etc. for getting all the achievements. It'd be cool if certain achievements unlock the ability to emote in a certain way. I think that's a great idea. But instead, what we have is a system where you're going to get some number of emotes for free. Some number of emotes will come out via some regular basis, I'm sure. But I imagine the vast majority of emotes are going to be some paid-based system. And given Microsoft's, again, right now, the marketplace, you can argue like, okay, it goes to creators or whatever. This is money that is going directly to Microsoft to allow you to dab and etc. in Minecraft. Is that a worthwhile function? That's something every individual player has to make, I guess. But I don't know, I feel kind of weird about Minecraft going this way. Like, Minecraft is the biggest game of all time. They need to be very careful with how they treat their users. And I don't know for sure if selling them the ability to dab or whatever necessarily is. It's something I would love to see have a little bit more finesse applied towards. Will it be? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, just bear in mind, RTX seems like it's the bigger change coming to Minecraft. But the reality is, RTX is something, you know, like less than 10% of players are going to be able to use, let alone choose to use the text packs that have it enabled. Whereas emotes are something, even if you don't care about emotes, you don't intend to use them, you're going to run into other players that do care about emotes and do decide to use them, because any partner server will, you know, will obviously allow you to use them there. And obviously any, you know, multiplayer game you ever go into, people will be able to emote. This will change, you know, your Minecraft experience of others. And I mean, sometimes it might be for the better. I mean, a wave is pure innocent, but when people have some that have music, that have animations that are super obnoxious, and they do them all the time because they paid money, they need you to see them, that's when I start to see this as like, oh, Microsoft got money, and in exchange, other people can be annoying. And is that a good thing? But maybe I sound like an old man yelling at the kids to get off my lawn. I'd love to know your opinions about this brand new emote-based system that's coming to Minecraft, as well as indeed the Pigman and the Nether Fortress. I'd love to see the Nether receive a much bigger update, and that's something I'm looking forward to seeing. Side note, but I'm playing a copy of my Let's Play world, but ported over to the Windows 10 version, and you can see that even 500 blocks away from my nearest, my origin point, I have new biomes. So if you're worried about getting these new biomes in your old world, just know that you will find them. It might be a few hundred blocks, but especially on Bedrock, where the simulation distance is what determines when you load in new chunks, you should be really good at this stuff. As I've proven right here, we have a basalt delta 500 blocks away from spawn, and I'm sure we have warp forests and soul sand valleys and all the other good stuff somewhere else around here. Actually, I wonder where the nearest bastion is to me. This is something I'm gonna have to find out after this update comes out for real. But for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please consider subscribing with notifications turned on if you want to see more like it, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.